What we have here is a failure to communicate. And sometimes nothing can be a real cool hand. Here we go. Welcome back to Hanging with the Herons. My name is James. This is another 365 movies in 365 days in 3 minutes and 65 seconds. Today we have Cool Hand Luke. I love this movie. It is fantastic. It's amazing to me how Paul Newman can draw you in, get you so invested in his character, and really enjoy. It's an easy watch, and yet you're well invested in his character and what is to come of his character, what happens to him. You really do have some heartfelt feelings for this film and the other characters in it as well. Not to sell them short, the story wouldn't have made it so successful if it wasn't for such a great cast altogether. So I love this film. It is a great piece. It's fun to watch as a great story goes. It's very engaging. It's a great film. It's a classic for sure, and I definitely recommend it. Let's get to that cast. Of course, there is Paul Newman. We just got through watching him in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He is excellent. He's great in this film. More relaxed, less energy for sure, but he just has that charisma. That's what he has. He has that great smile and that charisma. Great job with Paul Newman in this film. George Kennedy does a phenomenal Oscar-worthy job in this film. He is great. What I love about his character, the way that he portrays it, is it's one that you don't like at first and then you come to love later on. That's always really fascinating to me. Ron Perlman's really good at that too. Strother Martin is another one we're going to briefly talk about. He's fantastic in this role. He has that iconic line that I used in the beginning of this. He just does a really great job. He's very talented. Harry Dean Stanton got a large push off in his career from this film. Went on to do films like Alien and The Green Mile, and you've seen him in many other films. He's excellent in this. Wayne Rogers also got a great jump off from this film, and he's great. And lastly, we're going to finish off with the famous Dennis Hopper, who's in films like Waterworld, Blue Velvet. Even before then, he did this film, did a great job. He's an excellent actor. Of course, you love him from Speed as well. Let's get to this quick fire facts fast. So the film was actually written by an ex-con who was a merchant marine and was jailed over in France for counterfeiting money. He escaped, he made it back to the US and was doing well, but then got turned in by a waitress, which then caused him to serve time for 2 years. And while he was serving time for 2 years, he heard the story of Cool Hand Luke, the man who was an excellent poker player, an expert banjo player, and had eaten 50 eggs. He published his book in 1965. In 1967 was when the film actually came out, so a really quick turnaround. He sold the film rights for $80,000, but then was commissioned to do the screenplay for $15,000, failed at that, however, was in the film. However, after punching someone the last day on set, was not invited to the premiere. This writer's name was Don Pierce. He didn't think Paul Newman was right for the role. He thought Paul Newman was too skinny and too cute and would never have made it as a member of a chain gang. He would have been crushed. Jack Lemmon and Telly Savalas were actually our first choices for this film. However, Jack Lemmon actually recognized that he wasn't right for the film, and Telly was overseas filming The Dirty Dozen and was unwilling to fly back for the film, so then the part was handed over to Paul Newman, which we're all thankful for that because Paul Newman did a great job. The film was based in Florida, however, it was filmed in Stockton, California. So what did they do? A dozen buildings were constructed, including the mess hall, the guardhouses, and the barracks. They also used the trucks in the film to carry the actors and the talent from their Holiday Inn hotel to and from the sets, and they even flew in Moss from Florida to give it the realistic effect. And our last quick fire fact, our poor cinematographer who did an excellent job in the film was ridiculed and scrutinized for his filming throughout the entire project, and it wasn't until a little while through that they actually let him know the reason that we're questioning all of your shots is because we're not getting enough of Paul Newman's blue eyes. The studio demanded to see more and more of Paul Newman's blue eyes. In one particular shot, it took him 4 attempts to get the shot right. Hey, thank you so much for hanging with the Herons on another 365 movies in 365 days in 3 minutes and 65 seconds. Again, my name is James. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this film. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. Come back and let me know what you think about it then. As always, peace.